back, everybody. Another live stream with Sherlock Holmes. Today, I have a mega fuse Clapton for you, and we're also going to be talking about clones. Our Watson of the Week this week is Vape Heads. I hope he can join us. He's the one who gave us the topics for this evening's live stream. So hopefully he can get on here. Thanks everyone for joining us. Thank you if you're watching the replay. Awesome to have you guys here. Thank you so much. So we're going to jump right into it. I'm going to see who's in the comments, see who's with us here, and then we'll start our conversation. I want to know what you guys think about clones. It's a pretty polarizing kind of topic, right? So in my experience, people either love them or hate them, so I really want to know what you guys think about it. Then we're going to talk about it a little bit. So we've got Garrett. What's going on, Garrett? Zulu. We got Chevy, Brad, Will Boyles, Sean. How many sponsors do I have? I don't have sponsors per se. I've had some companies send me some juice to review, and .mod sent me the Petri to review. Other than that, I don't have like sponsors. What's going on, Andy? What's going on, Will? All right, so some clones are good. It all depends on where you get them from. Yeah, I don't have a lot of experience with clones. I've had a few in my day, and I actually have a clone goon here that we're going to be building on. So I'm going to do this Mega Clapton, or Mega Fuse Clapton, and I'm going to install it on the goon, and we'll see how it performs, and kind of just, I don't know, see how it works. I haven't really given this a fair shake. I put a build in it once. I put the alien the dragon coil. I did like an alien dragon or fraggin thing where I made the aliens and I put cotton all at the bottom. I covered the bottom of the juice well with the cotton and stuffed the aliens down on top of it. And I had a subscriber, Mr. Frog. He had requested that I do something with those, so I did. And I put them in here because it was the only RDA that I thought I'd be able to fit them in. And it came out all right. Now I can say this clone right off the bat. When I did that, I really tightened my leads down pretty tight, and already from the one time that I used it, I can see that the metal, the clamps, the top clamp kind of bent a little bit on this side, my right side. So there's one observation. Also, this goon, I can see on the negative post, it protrudes up over the side of the top of the juice well. So that's, I mean, this is an obvious clone. I don't think it is a 1-to-1. The rest of it, the build quality is nice. Like, it feels heavy and pretty solid. The O-rings are really nice and tight. Oh, wow. Man, thank you. Button switch, that's awesome. And South Korea is awesome. My wife is actually Korean. She's half Korean. That is awesome, man. Thank you so much. You have no idea how much that helps. I really, really appreciate that. Yeah, I'm a big fan of authentics. When I first started vaping, I didn't have a whole lot of money to start throwing at vaping. So I really wanted like to try a whole bunch of different stuff, and I had my Doge V2, and I was really enjoying that, and I didn't really get into clones. I tried a few, but my first goon authentic, I ended up buying a few authentic things, and I just really, you can count on them. And with vaping, I heard some horror stories about things, you know, batteries exploding pretty much because people were idiots. I didn't understand why that happened. at that point. So I was terrified of the devices, like, oh, if I get a clone, it might blow up. But I haven't heard of any instance whatsoever that was the case. Every instance that I know of, it was because of user error due to lack of battery safety. So, I mean, I could see it potentially. I could see where the concern there, the safety aspect of a clone would come in, poor manufacturing, things like that. But I don't think there's an instance. If I'm wrong, please let me know. Like, point me to the article or whatever. If there has been any kind of instance, any kind of injury due to a clone, I would like to know about that. But I don't know of anything where that had happened. I'm sure some clones, obviously some clones are better than others. This one is pretty solid. If it wasn't for the way the post protrudes, I don't know if I would be able to, like, spot check like, if I was just handed it, I don't think I would be able to tell the difference. The 528 customs engraving on the top, the back, and the 528 on the front of the original Goon, this is the version 1, is spot on. And the O-rings are just really nice and tight, and the airflow is nice and tight, and the machining is really great on this. So if it wasn't for like I said, if it wasn't for the post, I don't know if I'd be able to tell. But so this one's pretty solid, but I'm sure there are some that aren't as solid at all. All right, let me check up on these comments. I see a lot coming in here. Thank you, Vape Heads. Yeah, there you are, man. Good to have you. This is Vape Heads is the Watson of the week this week. This is his idea. These topics. So I'm glad you could make it, Vape Heads. I kind of got on here a little bit later than I had anticipated, but we're here and we're going to go for as long as my body will allow me to stay awake. Alright, builder. Oh, Guam, what's up, man? I accidentally called Guam once at, like, I think it was around 1 in the afternoon. I was living in Florida, and I was doing fraud restitution. I was helping victims who were scammed and things like that. I was helping them get their money back. And so I called one of the clients. I had their lead sheet in front of me, and I didn't see that they were in Guam, and I called, and she, like, really needed help. Like, she was calling our company, and so I called her, like, 15 times in a row, because on her lead sheet it was like, please get a hold of me. Like, she had gotten ripped really hard. And so I called about 15 times, and the poor woman must have thought it was an emergency because of the repetitive phone calls, and she was in Guam, and it was, I think, like 4:30 in the morning. I scared the hell out of her. Because when we call, it was, like, really official. Like, hi, I'm Kenny calling from the Fraud Institution Recovery. Like, it was really official, so she got scared. I felt bad. That's my Guam story. Alright, so, hey, what's going on, Colin? Yeah, I want the sub-ohm setup that you were telling me about. Dude, Colin, where did you get that name, man? Oh, wait, let me wrench you. Alright, guys, so Ed Cammons 56 in the chat, that's my buddy Colin. He's the one who got me into vaping in the first place. Yeah, Bob Lee, I worked really, really hard on that Petrie review. Like, I put a lot of hours into that one. I love this thing. I absolutely love it. It always makes the review so much easier when I actually really, really love the product, because I never like to slam on a company. But if you've seen my my Rain review and my Fat Kid, those two juices were absolutely garbage. Yeah, Brian, I want the whole setup. Colin has the beautiful, I don't even know the name of it, but their mech and matching RDA setup, and he has it in It's like a white and brushed kind of gunmetal color, like it's majority white, and then like it was like the gunmetal was the base color. It was painted white, and then they went and like brushed it like they antiqued it kind of. It looks amazing, and that thing hits so hard. He let me borrow that when I won that cloud comp a few weeks ago with him. Talk about innovation though. Like I hear a lot of people complaining about the lack of innovation within the vaping community, but that Sub-Ohm Innovations RDA system is unlike anything else that's on the market right now. All right, who else do we have? Yusuf, what's going on, buddy? Steampunk, no, I don't get. Oh man, it's like I don't get access to all the products like vape reviewers do, so I don't get to like try out a million things and know the name of every single thing on the market. Maybe one day, we'll see. $5,000 yen. That's just a tremendous amount of yen. Thank you so much. No, I'm not sponsored by anyone, man. I don't have sponsors. Hometown Hero, they were nice enough to... They were actually the first company to send me juice. Like, up until then, everything I did as far as reviews, it was stuff that I had purchased, and Hometown took a shot on... took a chance with me, and they were nice enough to send me their line to try and review. And so from there, I had a few other companies send me some stuff. But I don't have like sponsors. Take it easy, Brian. Thanks so much for stopping by, buddy. Really appreciate it. What's going on, Rob? Bob Lee. Bob, I've been vaping for 2 years now, and I've been building 2 years now. I jumped right into it. Well, probably a month after I started vaping, I started building. Awesome, Miles. Awesome. That's so great to hear, Mr. Miles. That's exactly why... I keep doing those build videos. I want to help people start building. I just had so much fun learning to build, and it was exciting, and so I just kind of want to pass that on, you know? Alright. Guess what I have for you guys? You ready for this? You guys ready for this? Yeah, that just happened. That's why it took me so long to get... I sat down to like get the stream going at like 9:30, and it took me till like 10:30 to actually get this going, because I had to hook this whole damn thing up. I have it like rigged here. It's hanging off my microphone, so bear with me on this one. We're trying to figure it out. Thanks, man. I actually have 4 of these mats. VapeMat.com made them for me. I saw I needed something, right? Because the vape mat serves 2 purposes. Well, for me it does. A lot of people have them for when they do their close-up shots. You know, it has your branding in it, and I don't know, it's just nice to have your branding. But for me, it also serves the purpose of when your camera's trying to autofocus. It's playing the black background with just the lettering. It's easier for my camera not to try to focus on whatever is down here. You see a lot of the vape mats, they have like all kinds of coil, like it's just really busy and hectic, and I just wanted my plain, clean, simple logo. And so vape mats is awesome. You can get custom anything done. You don't have to be, you know, a company. You just want your name, whatever. I'm going to shamelessly plug them because I ordered my first one, and I think it's like 20 plus shipping. It's a really good price. And the first one that I got had they have a few different sizes, and the littler size one of those littler sizes must have, like, I think it had been placed on my mat when it was still wet or something, because I had like a gray outline, the perfect shape of their smaller mat. So I contacted them, and within 2 days, or like immediately, they got back to me and they were like, hey, we're so sorry, we're going to send you another one for free. And then he emailed me again. He's like, I'm going to send you an extra 2 for free. And I got 3 in the mail for free. So they made it right immediately. It was an awesome, easy, like, great experience. So I highly recommend them. Where did you get the Petri drip tip? The Petri drip tip, it came with the Petri set. It comes with the black and the Ultim. And I don't know if you've watched the review, but I'll say it again. I hate this color. Is just so ugly to me. I just I can't stand the Ultim color. But as far as Ultim goes, like if I had to use the Ultim, oh jeez, if I had to use the Ultim on this, I would be okay with it because it just looks really cool with the gold. However, because of that black O-ring, I just like the black anyway, though. Even if that O-ring wasn't black. That just looks nice, though, doesn't it? With like the black, silver and gold. I don't know. I like it. I like it matchy. But I don't like Ultim. For whatever reason, it's just a really crappy color in my opinion. Some people love it. I don't. Awesome, man. Welcome, Kaiser. Thanks for showing up. I'm glad you love the videos. I don't make the mats, man. I don't sell the mats. That's vapemats.com. Here, I'll put the link in the description if you want a mat. And I'm sure they do. See, the thing about like shipping all over the world like that is it's so damn expensive, which is a shame, but it really stinks for people who live outside the states. Where'd my chat go? Hold on, guys. We're coming back. Alright. Hey, what's up, Mike Knight? Ultimate clear one. Didn't get the black one. Yeah, that's a nice low number. Mine's like 14,000. Yeah, 14,410. That's a lot of RTAs. I love it. I can comfortably, honestly say that this is my favorite flavor RTA, and it's just my favorite RTA, hands down. Everybody was just like flavor. I had people on Instagram when I was posting pictures before I released the review. I had a bunch of people say it was their favorite flavor RDA, and oh man, it's such a great flavor RDA. And that's absolutely true, but it also produces some amazing vapor. I have a 0.11, 0.10 build in it, some nichrome fused Claptons, and it's awesome. It's awesome. It produces as much vapor as any RDA. Well, not any RDA, but it's up there with the RDAs. Alright. Yeah, I haven't tried the Azeroth yet, but I've heard great things. Right on, Doug. We're on the same page with the Ultim. Alright, so for our mega fused Clapton, vape heads, I'm going to leave this decision up to you. Hopefully you're still watching. I have 20 gauge here. So here are the options, right? I can do 20 gauge or 22 gauge. You guys can pick. I'll let you all vote on the gauge. We can either do 20 or 22 gauge cores. And vape heads, I'll leave it up to you to decide if we should do 40 or 46 gauge for the outer wrap. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in the goon, so I mean I need it above 0.1 so I can make it big enough with the 20. What's up, country? Good to see you, man. Alright, I got nobody telling me what gauge to do, so alright, there's some 20. Alright, we'll do 20. We will do 20. Little tip, guys, for any of the new builders out there, when you're cutting anything thicker, so your 20 gauge, 24, 26 even, and then anything with multiple cores, don't use the tip of your flush cuts. Use as far back as possible to cut thicker wires. It'll just prolong the life of your flush cuts. Just a little tip. Did you guys see that Vaping Heathen just announced his project, the Dead Rabbit RDA? Can't wait to try that. Heathen is not only a great guy, but he's a great guy. He knows his stuff when it comes to vaping, so I can't wait to try that setup. What's up, gentlemen? I love that name, by the way, man. Gentleman's E-Liquid, that's really cool. Everybody needs to go check out Country Livin's channel. Big Country's awesome, great dude. You can just tell, right? The first video I saw of his, I was like, that's a good dude right there. You could just tell he's a genuine good guy. He's had these guys on his live show before. Gentleman's E-Liquid. I haven't got a chance to check out any of his content, but I hear he's a really great mixer. So if you're into like DIY liquids or anything like that, definitely check out his channel. Guys, I'm sorry I don't have your links in the description, but I will, after I, once this re-uploads after the live thing, I'll stick your information down there. But if you want to check them out now, just go like to the right of their name and the little three dots pop up and you can check out their channel. Or guys, if you want to put your link in the description or in the chat, you can do that because you have a wrench, and you could put Gentleman's in there too if you want. Alright, so let's see if boom. Always be careful when you're working with really heavy gauge wire, because it has the tendency it can, snap back or flip up or something like that. You just don't want to get it in your eye. Alright. Any of you guys ever try extension builds and stuff working with 20 gauge? It's tough. 20 gauge is tough to work with. It's like some of the anarchist wire and the 18 gauge, forget about it. You need a pair of like legit needle nose pliers. Alright, I got you, Vape. Oh, man. I don't know how well this close-up cam is set up. You'll see a little bit of it at least. Whew. I want these wires to stay parallel, especially when working with 40 gauge, because I'm not going to be able to manipulate the cores with the wrap wire like I would be able to with a thinner gauge core. So this is definitely a coil that requires, you know, some thought on the prep work. Alright. You know what? Maybe I can fix this. Bear with me, guys. How's that? All right. It's better. Mellow, that's funny. I just copped out with my tomato plants and just bought the cages. See, normally, even with 24 gauge cores, I can put tension on the spool with the 40 and it'll pull these cores together, but with the 20 gauge and, you know, the 20 with the 40, I'm not going to be able to put the tension to pull the cores together. So if I tried just spinning it like this, it wouldn't pull them together very well. So I'm going to go down to the swivel and try to pull these tighter. You know what? I'll be able to do it with pulling tension on the drill. Alright, here we go. You know, when you're building a frame staple or something with just a really wide core and you can't, like, your spool won't stay nice and level and straight, it like pulls back and forth so it's wobbly. That's what that's like. It's not a very smooth spin in the hand at all. I've actually never made this coil, so this will be a first for me. Alright. Let me check back up on the comments here. one. Alright, here we go. This is 20 gauge cores, buddy. Hey, Mike Knight. No, I haven't done a 3-core Clapton, just plain Clapton video yet. I'm going to kind of space out some builds in the next few weeks. Now, this weekend, my mom's actually up visiting from Florida, so I'm hoping to go camping maybe, but either way, I won't be You know, I'm going to take a couple days off, which are definitely needed, so I won't be doing a build video for Monday, and content might be a little weak this week, a little light, but I'll be back the following week for sure with the build video on Monday. But my point is, I'm going to start doing some different coils. Like, I want to do a chainsaw tutorial, I want to do a tiger wire, because I love tiger wire. I love staple tiger wire. And the staple tiger wire you can do with like 0.8 ribbon, you can do it with 0.5, you can do it with 0.3, and depending on which size ribbon wire you use, it's like a whole different world of performance. It's really awesome. You can do tiger wire with fused Claptons, all kinds of stuff. So that's going to be a cool video. I don't know if I'm going to do separate videos for different kinds of tiger wire. I'm not really sure yet, but I want to do like some helix kind of stuff, and I want to do a video touching on parallels, and I want to start like I'm doing this thing on my Patreon where my patrons can vote on different like topics, like which coil we're going to do for the week and stuff like that. So my point is, this Monday, no video. Next Monday will be a different kind of coil, like not something standard. Yusuf asked what my favorite RDA is. That's a really tough like decision to make. Like, if I had to pick one, and because I don't actually have to pick one, like I'm not in an instance where, alright, you're going to be stranded on this desert island, what RDA are you going to take? I'm not in that position, thank God. But I love some of my really old school kind of RDAs from like a year ago, 2 years ago. Like, I love the double vision. I love the original Goon, is one of my favorites for sure. The Goon really expanded my horizons with building, because before the Goon, so I had the double vision, but it was a 22mm deck, so I wasn't able to put some of the larger coils in. So as soon as the Goon hit and I had a massive deck to work with, I went for it, and I started being able to build, you know, bigger things. But I love the original Twisted Messes. The Twisted Messes Squared is definitely one of my favorites. So things along that line. I'm really anxious to try the new Goon. Country actually just did a video on his channel about the Goon. I didn't get to watch it all, but I'm really excited to see the rest of that video. Hey, what's going on, Hector? I remember, Hector. You were here on the last one, right? Awesome. I'm glad you got into building, Hector. That's really great. Just keep building, keep practicing, keep experimenting, and don't get held down by what's out there. You know, if it's a coil and it has resistance, it works, man. So use your imagination, push the bounds. You'll get there. Just keep building. Yes, Chevy, exactly right. That's another one I forgot to touch on. I'm going to be doing some series builds, like an Alien 4 series, different stuff like that. I'm not really sure how to approach this series, because essentially what you can do is take any coil and build it for a series setup. You know what I mean? Like, if I were going to take... Well, that's not true. So if I had 24 gauge Aliens, I'd have to do probably 11 or 12 wraps, probably 14 now that I think about it. to get to like a 0.3. So you're not going to do that unless you have a 40 millimeter atomizers. Realistically, 3/28 or 2/28 is a much better option. So my point is, I'm not sure how I'm going to approach that. If I'm going to start with like, here's a simple series build, a fused Clapton. I'm not really sure what to do, but I'll probably just end up asking you guys, and I'll figure out my direction from there. Hey, Cincy, what's going on, man? Glad you could make it. No problem. It was my pleasure. I'm sorry about that Staggerton. It's just not feasible. Actually, Cincy, because of you, and I was disappointed that I didn't, I just couldn't, I didn't have the time to do it, and I was struggling with it, and I didn't want to send you something that wasn't, grade A. I actually ended up getting this guy. Oh, yeah. So now when I make my Staggerton, it won't take me 5 hours doing this by hand for every single wrap. Hopefully this will speed up the process. I haven't tried it yet. If it works, I will put the Staggertons back on the website. If it doesn't, you won't see them. Alright, what else we got going on? Awesome, buddy. Awesome, Hector. That's a good pack to start with. Alright, Bill, thanks so much for stopping by, and I really appreciate it. I hope you have a great night, man. Be safe. Alright, let's move this out of the way. Alright, so here is our mega fused Clapton. 20 gauge by 40 gauge. It's looking pretty though, huh? See those darker spots? You can see the different the differences in color, like the shine. That is from the different tension, angle, and pressure that you're putting on your spool while you're wrapping your cores. It's really, really difficult to have it like perfectly smooth, but when you do, it looks great. But once you wrap it and you start firing it, you really can't, it's not like a major difference. So don't beat yourself up if it's not perfectly clean. Ugh. Alright, so I'm going to wrap this on probably a 3.5 if I could find it. Shit. Oh, here it is. Alright, here's my 3.5. I'm going to take you down for the close-up. Oh, nice. Will, that's a nice... Will says his go-to series build is 3 30-gauge cores with a 38-gauge alien wrap, 6 to 7 wraps. I'm assuming that's on a 3 or 3.5 millimeter bit, and it's a 3.5. Nice, man. Hey, JFM. I'm actually having a huge sale right now on my coils. They're half price, so they're around $10, $11. Ugh. All right, let's get building. Take you down for the close-up. Alright. I'm going to snip off this end. Now be careful when you're wrapping with a really high gauge like 40 on really large cores, even on normal size cores like your 26, 24. It's very easy with this thin wire to, if you're pulling, you can actually pull the wrap right off, like you're decoring a Clapton for an alien, but by accident, which really sucks because you can, even if you're not like pulling it all the way off the core, you can pull spacing within your wrap. So just keep that in mind when you're wrapping it, and just take your time with it, and instead of pulling, use pressure, if that makes sense. Like instead of pulling this around, you can just push it. Oh shit, throw it at yourself. Alright. Here we go. My allergies are killing me today. Alright, let's start on this end. This is going to be a really pretty coil. I'm going to use pliers for this, actually. Now I'm realizing I should have straightened this out before I got into wrapping it. I completely forgot that unlike even a 40, I can wrap without untwisting it, but this, you're definitely going to want to get the twists out before you wrap it, because I can't manipulate the cores by hand. And with the 40, it's really easy to damage the wire. Like, I damaged the wire, damn, as I was trying to get the twists out. Ugh. Now I remember why I don't like fucking with 20 gauge. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna try for 7 wraps. And hopefully, I don't know if I'm even gonna fit this. Let me see. Oh, God, those O-rings are tight. Whew, that's cutting it close. See that? I don't even know where the camera is. So that's gonna be cutting it close. Alright. Hopefully this next coil will be a little bit better looking than the last one. Alright. Definitely gonna get the twists out ahead of time. There's 6. I'm cutting it close here with the 7, but I'll get it. Oh my God. ridiculously big coil. Got them. There's our 2 7-wraps. 20 by 40 gauge. This second camera I have for these close-ups is pretty crappy. So I apologize the crap quality, but that's, I'm hoping, you know, if my Patreon, you know, gets a little bit better, that's one of my goals on my Patreon page, is upgrading equipment and stuff like that to get better content for you guys. So there we go, we got these coils. Now we're going to install them in the clone Goon version 1. Oh, wow. Andy, man, thank you so much. That's awesome. Thank you so much, man. Awesome coils. Yep, some. Yeah, man, please. Yeah, the Goon is a great RDA for some nice big coils. Oh, there's some misconceptions with some coils, like frame staples, for instance, especially. People think because they're such big coils and they ohm low that they're going to have a super high ramp up time or super fast ramp up time, and that's just not the case all the time. You know, it depends on the wattage and stuff like that, but different coils perform differently, and you just have to kind of get used to them. But for the Goon in particular, keep that in mind if you're wanting to throw like huge framed something in them. Not all framed coils perform equally. That's why for the framed coils that I sell online, I make them with 4 cores because they just perform better. They ramp quickly, things like that. I'm a big fan of, you know, I've made like 20 pieces of ribbon framed and done things like that, but it's just a very impractical coil. It looks cool as shit, but they're just not very practical. So I don't know. We're gonna see how these perform in this Goon. I've never built these and installed them in a Goon before. We will see. Ugh. Clipping these, I'm definitely going to size up these leads before I start tightening this down, because I do not want to have to try to clip these leads inside the, like after they're tightened down. I will definitely break my, I'll definitely break my flush cuts if I do that. Where are we at? Let me catch up in chat really quick before I keep going here. What do I have to hit? Okay. Andy Davidson, thank you again so much. That's awesome. That is unbelievable, man. I really appreciate that donation. That is so cool. Hector made myself strap sock. Nice. I love that innovation, man. I can't tell you how many times I've just had to rig things together to be able to build. I'm all about that. Mr. Miles, I'd be really curious to get a link to see that guy making that Clapton with the sock. Awesome, Andy. I love to hear that, man. I'm really, really, really happy about that. Thank you so much. I'm really, really, really honored that my videos could help you start building. That's really cool. Mr. Miles is absolutely correct. He said it depends a lot on the clone itself. Some vape just as good as the originals or the RDA that they represent or they're cloned from. And I think what really like the biggest influence on its performance, in my opinion and my best guess, right, because I'm by no means an expert, but I really believe that the materials that it's built from greatly affects its performance, right? So if you have a copper goon, copper conducts electricity really well, it performs really well. So if you have a clone goon that is just colored the color of copper but not actually made of copper, it's obviously not going to perform as well. A contact, right? If the authentic RDA has a silver, solid silver sterling 510, that's going to perform better than a aluminum or stainless or whatever material they make the clone version with. Does that make sense? I feel like I'm rambling a little bit there, but I believe the build material has a lot to do with how the clone performs. Vape heads, man, thank you so much for you're the reason this live stream is happening. Thank you so much for your suggestions and for being such a great subscriber. Thank you for being the Watson of the week. You're the man. Have a great day at work. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, Chris. 40 gauge Clapton. That's right, man. Yeah, I love 40 gauge. I really do. Awesome, Hector. Thank you for that link. Hector just put a link in the description. And I think that's to a guy, if I'm not mistaken, like auto Claptoning with a sock or something like that. Jared, I wouldn't feel too bad about it. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I sort of understand. I don't know where I stand on that, actually. Because I've actually purchased a clone, but it was out of curiosity, and I've also purchased the authentic. I'm a big fan and a big believer in supporting a local business and then American business and things like that. Like I shop local. I try to avoid Walmart whenever possible. I like supporting mom and pop and brick and mortars, things like that. Like I always bought from local builders before I learned to build. So I'm not really sure where I stand on, like, if you're just always buying clones to save the money and you can afford to buy the authentic. That's where I think I would have an issue with it. But I don't know. I don't know where I stand. Thanks for being here, guys. Message retracted. I've never seen that before. Well, I read that real fast, Hector, and I swear I thought your comment said auto Clapton using a sock and a used condom. That's not what you said. Alright, so let's build this mega coil. Or not build it, but we're going to install it. Let me size up these leads first. Oh, I don't know if this is going to fit. I really want to get one of those new 521 tabs. Oh, fuck. You know what, guys? I don't know if this is going to fit. I think I would be able to fit it just barely in the deck without touching the sides, but I don't think I'll get it in there as far as the leads, because the leads are just so far apart. I'm not right now able to fit it into the deck, into the posts. Let me see. Right now I'm trying to bend the leads in a little bit. Here, let me take it close down, and I'll show you what I'm doing here. Alright, so here's the coil. Sorry, had to vape quick. Alright. I'm trying to get these to go inside the plates, obviously, but they're so big I can't really fit it in. I want to make sure this is hard. Alright. Can you guys see that? I think so. Alright, got it. See, I think I'm going to just barely fit that. Whew! That is close. I have no idea if I'll be able to get this to burn evenly without hot spots. I might have to take one of those wraps off. Well, let's see. Alright, so I need about 1 millimeter, 2 millimeters off each side. Alright, let's size up this side now. I might have taken a little too much off that side. Alright. We'll make it work, guys. Maybe not. My biggest issue when I'm building with such heavy cores is when I'm trying to work them into whatever install it is. Like, you need to use pliers almost every time, and when you're being rough with them, like, you're inevitably going to mess up the 40 gauge because it's so easy to damage it. Alright, I think I got them. I got them in the way I want them. Here's where the big... son of a bitch. This is where the big difference is going to come in between the authentic and the clone. When I'm going to tighten these posts, or these plates down to secure the leads. Oh my god, this is ridiculous. Alright, I'm taking a wrap off. But when I go to tighten these down so they don't move and I've got to, you know, work them into place, the cheap metal is definitely going to bend. Now, granted, I have definitely bent the plates on, oh my god, my authentic goon as well. But it's been much easier for me to do on this clone. I really hope this ohm's high enough for me to even fire it, because I don't have a mech to put this on right now. Alright, let's try this again. We're gonna get it this time. I have faith in us. I like to stack my leads directly on top of each other, and I'll do them in opposite. Come on, get in there. I'll do them opposite. Like if this lead is on top of the other one, then it'll be on the bottom on this side. I'm gently tightening these down so they don't pop out on me again. I might have, yeah, see this one got pulled in. I know for a fact if I really crank down on these, I'm going to bend these plates like crazy. Screwdriver sucks. With the goon or any other kind of plate design, you want to try to, when you're tightening down the plates, when you're tightening your screws, try to bring them down as level as possible. Don't like crank down one side and then do the other. bring it down evenly. You'll get better connection like that if the plates are flat. All right. So they're installed. They're a little wonky, but they're okay. They're alright. Let's see if I can get them to fire. I don't know how low this is going to be. 0.07. And I don't have a DNA, so it's not going to fire for me. Let me see if I can find a solution. Alright. This is going to look goofy because this is a 22 millimeter mech, but it's alright. I knew if I had that that last 2 wraps, I probably only would have gotten to I probably would have gotten to 0.1 or 0.9. But if I could get it to fire, I can raise the ohms just by firing it, you know? Because they generally, when they heat up, the ohms raise a little bit. That actually doesn't look too bad. A little bit of overhang, but it's alright. Whew, this button's getting real hot. I don't like that. What's up, Joshua? Welcome to the party. Miles, I've heard a few stories of people liking clones better, and in some cases the clones performing better than the originals, so I don't know. Actually, I want to see where this is ohming at. If this is lower than 0.08, I'm not going to go any further with this because I don't want to be firing down past 0.08. Right now I'm doing something that I don't recommend anybody do ever, so I'm not going to really like explain, but I'm trying to jerry rig the ohms a little bit to raise them. Which isn't working. Yeah, I don't know, guys. This is a little too low for me. Oh, there, I got it. Alright, you know what I'm going to do? Change of plans. I'm going to rock it single coil and do it that way because I'm not going to screw around with the 0.07 and do anything like that. We're going to go that single coil life tonight. Let me put this away. Alright, let's see where we're at now. Get the fuck out of here. 0.44. Something's going on, guys. I went from 0.07 on a dual setup. Alright, so 0.07 on a dual setup. I tweaked it a little bit. I got 0.15, but that wasn't an accurate reading because I was screwing with it. Now, single coil, I'm at 0.44, which means when I do the dual coil setup, it should be 0.22 with the dual coil. So I'm not, that cannot be right whatsoever. So that makes me a little weary of this coil. We're just going to take it slow. Alright, I'm going to show you what this looks like. That's a pretty slow ramp up time. I'm at 74 watts. And it, oh man. It stays hot. It stays real hot. So this is going to burn a ton of juice because when you let go of the button, it's still really red hot and it stays hot. So that's just going to keep burning juice. Burning juice, burning juice, burning juice. Even when you're not hitting it, it's still, you can't see it, but it's still red. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting vape. That's for sure. Guys, you know how I was talking about, if you're watching my last, one of my last shows, I was talking about cotton and how it doesn't matter what you use. I'm being 100% serious. This is a bag of organic cotton balls. Let me show you how to make cotton bacon. How about that? Cotton bacon. Wow. Alright, let's wick this thing. I'm going to grab some fresh batteries. Alright, that looks pretty good. I'm liking that. Oh yeah. I'm rocking this Bombshell line. This one's the Audrey. It's that lemon bar. It's fucking phenomenal. It is so damn good. Japanese organic cotton over cotton bacon style. You know what, Mr. Miles? I have never been able to tell a difference in the taste of cotton. I just haven't. I've had... You motherfucker. Spider. I've never been able to taste the difference. I've tried all kinds of cotton, and it's just nothing. I just, I've definitely, earlier in my vaping career, I've, like, after a fresh wick, I've tasted that cotton taste. But I learned to let the cotton saturate really well, no matter what kind of cotton it is, and I don't get that taste, which is nice. You know what I love about the Goon? It's not very... It's harder to over drip this for me, and I can just sploosh it down in the well. It's a nice big open well, and I can just fill it up and not have to worry about dripping everywhere. Alright, I'm going to crank this up. Oh, see, now it's at 0.15, back to normal. So yeah, dual coil would have been 0.07. 0.15 on this. I'm really liking that performance. That's nice. Let's get you a close-up on this, huh? Oh, yeah. It's really, really... Yeah. It's really nice vapor production. I should get really great flavor out of this as well. We're going to find out. I've never built this specific coil before, so we will hopefully get great results. I'm assuming. Let me get this over into single coil mode. I'm assuming this is going to be awesome for flavor. I'm going to start full bore, wide open, and we'll go from there. Oh, whoa. That is beautiful. I know vape heads had to go, but I'm grateful for the suggestion. Now, I very, very rarely run a single coil setup, but I don't know why I don't, because I'm always very, very impressed when I do the single coil. It's awesome. I'm getting. I mean, you saw the cloud. The vapor production is great. I think that's why I always thought, well, if I'm only doing one coil, it's going to be like half the vapor production. But that just isn't the case. This is a really satisfying hit. It's just as warm as I would like it to be. It's right there. I'm getting not as much airflow as I'd like. I'm gonna try running it in dual coil mode, but like two. That would be full open. So I'm gonna run one hole on each side and see if that does anything. Wow. That flavor just kicked it up a notch like crazy. Definitely not enough airflow, so I'm going to go to 2. As far as this clone goon performance goes, it's getting really, really hot, but I mean, I have a really low ohm coil in here, and I'm pushing it pretty hard at 84 watts. Alright, so I got two holes open now. I mean, I'm impressed with the craftsmanship on this. There's no noticeable flaws in the machining. Everything's smooth. The thread on the 510 connector is really nice and smooth. The 510 itself is nice and clean, and it looks like it's copper, I think. So, I mean, it's a nice replica. That's where I like it, right there. I have 2 holes open on each side, and it's creating a ton of airflow. The flavor is really great still. I really like that. I might actually even close it down just a tiny bit. No, I'm going to keep it open. Let me try full bore, wide open. This is getting so hot. Holy shit. Alright. Got a lot of vapor. Way too airy for me. I love how the goon in general, though, is just so wide open, unrestricted airflow. But without that second coil in there to kind of dampen that airflow, it's just a little too much. But I really, really like it with just 2 open, one shut. Here's what we're looking like right now. Get the cap off. It's definitely pumping out the vapor and the flavor. Really, really, really crisp, clean flavor. Like, I'm getting a lot of like crisp notes, like the lemon and the sugar, that sweetener in this juice, like it's just really popping those flavor notes. The crumb in this, it's like a not crumb, but it's a lemon bar. So it's almost like a lemon cookie. So that like kind of cookier note. That's a word now. That cookie note is definitely picking up a lot. All right, what's going on in chat, guys? Let's talk about your thoughts about mega coils, and I want to hear anybody who's watching the replay, if you've made it this far, let me know your opinion on clones. Are you for or against? Do you think supporting, like buying clones, is bad? Why? Do you only buy authentics? Have you ever tried a mega coil like this with the big 20, 18 gauge wrapped in a thin wire, or even if you've wrapped them in 34, 36? I want to know your experience with them. If I should try maybe doing an 18 gauge with 34. Drop it in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. I want to hear your opinions. All right, Laura's back. What's going on, Laura? Good to see you back. Oh, I lost my chat, guys. Hold up. Let me get back to you. I don't know much about Fast Tech and their products. I've never actually ordered anything from them, so I wouldn't be able to say. Hey, Hector, thanks so much for joining in, buddy. I really appreciate it. You're the man. Keep building. I appreciate you coming. Yeah, country. I really love that concept, the clone show. I that was a great idea. I'm so happy somebody's doing that. Nobody ever touches clones, like especially the big reviewers. Why would they? Nobody's sending them clones. They're getting all authentic products. But the reality of the vaping industry is that clones are really prevalent. A lot of people do use clones. There's shops that sell only clones. So it's great that somebody's finally going to review these clones so those consumers will know what to stay away from, what you think is good, the quality. And dude, country, by the way, I love your graphics when you're coming into like the down below, and it looks like the camera is like floating over the table and the shit just pops out of the paper. Dude, that's awesome. That is fucking awesome. Exactly right, gentlemen. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, well, you're looking at what's the new goons? What, $90? This Petrie's $90. I mean, that's a lot of money. That's $100 is a lot of money, and you know, dropping that on a product, that's pretty heavy. Not everybody can do that. So I can see the validity in why people would buy clones. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Jared says clones are sometimes the last resort if you can't get the authentic, like if it's sold out. That's I never even thought of that. That's a valid point too. Yeah, Josh says he likes to support people when they design or build something, but when it's way overpriced, he has no problem getting the clone. There's a point to be made there. Some people will say it's all the same material. It's not solid gold. You're charging, you know, way above what it cost you to make it. You could still make a lot of money selling it at half the price. I could see that argument as well. You know, then buy the clone. You look at Mike Vapes' icon. It's got the quality of the goon, of the dude RDA of the Twisted Messes, but it's a fraction of the price. So, you know, I could see the validity in that point. Micah, that's definitely my only con with this coil. I'll get into the pros and cons in a minute, but yeah, the ramp down time is bonkers. The K Fun. Yeah, you know what? To be honest with you guys, I've never vaped an authentic or a clone K Fun, so I can't tell you my opinion on that. But I've heard of some really really great um, K Fun clones. So I don't know. All right, so I'm gonna ask you guys a question. Let me know what you guys think in the chat. What is your threshold of what you'll pay for a an RDA or an atomizer? Like what do you think the reasonable price to ask for a an RDA or an atomizer of some point? Like what's your threshold? How much are you willing to spend on a device? Or does it depend on the name and the brand? And I want to know where you guys stand with this stuff. Slaughterman, thanks for your service and for what you do. Yeah, Slaughter, that completely makes sense, man. Absolutely. I've bought secondhand authentics too. You know, used stuff. That's a way to get a better price on an authentic. Some things hold value ridiculously. You know, some of the AV products are hundreds and hundreds of dollars. I know a guy locally who deals in really high end mods. You're talking thousands and thousands of dollars for, you know, mechs and it's beyond me. I mean, if you have the money to blow, absolutely. I'd probably do it too if I had money like that, but I just couldn't imagine. I love vaping. Vaping saved my life. I'm forever grateful and indebted to this community and this industry. I absolutely love it. But I don't know, even if I had that kind of money to be able to buy $1,000 mods, I don't know if I would do that. I don't think I would. I'm not that into it. I feel like that's a level of commitment that I'm just not at. And I don't think personally I can't I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. What do you guys, if you had the money, would you spend that money on mods like that? Jared would spend 90. That's quite a bit, but yeah, I mean, a lot of people do. That all right, so Joshua brings up a good point. He said it depends on where it's built. That could be a good marker because obviously if it's coming out of China, it's, you know, produced much cheaper. Now, some things made in China are still quality material, quality workmanship, but it's well. See, there's the thing too. Like, it costs more to ship them from China, cheaper to make, cheaper labor. But if it's made in America with the same materials and craftsmanship, and it's made in China with the same materials and craftsmanship, is it worth less to you because it's made in China if it's the exact same materials? Or is that more of a principle thing, like made in America? See, I don't know. I'm like I said before, I'm a big supporter of local made in America kind of stuff. For a mod, Micah, yeah, I think I'm on the same page with you. I've spent the Ruby that I have. I spent $120 on. It was my first like really nice piece of hardware, and I fucking love that thing, man. It is a tank. I've I used and abused this Ruby. The poor thing, it's seen better days, but one of these days I'm gonna give it um, a nice polish. Like I'm gonna hit it with. I'll probably start at 2,000 grit sandpaper and work my way up and get the really nice shine back. It's seen better days. I haven't been using it a lot. God, I love that thing. Made in America thing. Yeah, I hear you, man. Slaughter, I'm right there with you on the authentics. Slaughter said he'll definitely spend the 50 or like the half. Sorry, I'm butchering this. He said he got a Aftermath Armageddon Manufacturing for half the price, and he loves it, and that he would never have bought it at full price. And I'm kind of right there with him. I'm even with everything that I buy, I'm all about the deal. Like I love Salvation Army, thrift stores, things like that. Like I love going hunting for a deal. So I'm right there with you, man. Brad, absolutely, man. I thought I thought I was gonna save money when I started vaping and quit smoking. I was so wrong about that. Sigelli all day. That was my Sigelli 150 TC. I still have it. That was my first mod. I started with the Kanger Tech. Oh shit, what was it? I think it was like the sub box. Does that make yeah, sub box? And then I went to the Sigelli 150. Mr. Miles, that is a great point. Um, even so, big names like Wismec. I've had a lot of problems with Wismec, and they are absolutely horrendous when it comes to customer service. Coil Master is garbage when it comes to customer service. I had my first 521 tab for I speak 3 weeks before I was firing a build in it, and the internals just melted. Like it started burning on the inside, and I could not get anyone to help me, give me information. They wouldn't even get back to me. I was so disappointed in Coil Master. And back then they were like $50 for a 521 tab. Hey, congratulations, Chris. Chris, man, I want to say thank you so much for becoming my first patron. That is absolutely awesome. Look for your shout outs in all the videos, and I've got a lot of cool stuff coming soon. So you will have exclusive access and first dibs at everything, especially when I start. I'm hoping, this isn't indefinite, but I'm hoping if I start having manufacturers send me stuff to review, I will be doing a ton of giveaways. You see the vape reviewers with shelves and shelves and shelves of product? That's not going to be me. I will be giving away 95, 99% of the stuff. I can't have stuff just sitting like that. If I absolutely love something, I will keep it, but I'm not going to keep stuff just to keep it. So my point there is, if that happens and I have manufacturers sending me stuff to review, I will be giving away a lot of it, and I will be doing that through the reward tiers on the Patreon page. So Chris, you're at the ground floor of that. So I will keep you updated as to where we are with that. But In the meantime, all the rewards that are listed there, you have access to your tier. So thank you so much. And your first shout out is in the Petrie RTA video right at the beginning. Yeah, Wismec is one of those companies where, I've had great experiences with their stuff. I love the Cricket. Absolutely love the Cricket. I've had my original Cricket for probably a year and a half or longer. I absolutely love that thing. My RX 200 I've had for a really long time. I still love that thing. And this 2.3 I just got a few months ago, I'm really loving this as well. But like I said, their customer service was a huge disappointment. I mean, you're spending, some people have hundreds of dollars worth of their product, and you're not even gonna, I don't know. I'm just big on human relationship, like human relation, customer service kind of stuff. Like, I don't know. How do you treat your customers like that? I think it's bullshit. Man, I love mech mods too, Andy. I go back and forth. I mean, I was mech and dripper for a long time there. For quite a stretch, I was mech and dripper, and then I started getting into the box mod, and then I rocked my Cricket with the Twisted Message Squared for months and months and months and months and months. I had a tugboat DNA 200. That was really nice. I rocked that, and I started mixing things up. But now I'm on the tank systems pretty hard, and these guys, these pod systems, fucking love these things, guys. These are awesome. Nice and discreet, easy for traveling. I love these. I can't say enough about these pod systems. Actually, I have two right now because I just ordered another one. I'm gonna try to get my mom to quit smoking while she's up here. And it's a lot for a first time, or like a smoker who wants to quit smoking, and they look at vaping, and this is a lot for somebody who's just trying to quit smoking. Even a starter kit, right? Like what I started with, the Kanger starter kit, I forget what it was called. It's a lot to have to, do batteries and learn battery safety and fill the tank and replace coils, and they're used to just pulling their cigarette out, lighting it, and going on their merry way. So I think a pod system like this, where all you have to do is when you first get it, the pod is separated. If you don't know what this is, it's a pod. There's a little tiny coil in here, your atomizer and tank all in one, just like an atomizer tank, a tank atomizer. But the coil, the atomizer part, pulls off. So you just fill up the pod, stick it in, and it's locked in. Now I pull these apart and refill them to reuse the pods. But for somebody who's, quitting smoking, all they'd have to do is fill it up, clip it on, they're good to go until they need the second one. You can get extra pods like this, so you can have them all filled, and you're good to go. So I think this is a great way. They didn't have these when I first started vaping, and I think I would have quit a lot sooner had I had one of these. But I ordered another one for my mom, and I paid $30 in a B&M for my first one, and it's given me problems. So I'm going to order another one for myself, and I found them for $10 online. So if anybody's interested in that link, let me know, and I'll get you the link to where I got them. Yeah, I actually, Slaughter, I gave, about over Christmas, actually, I gave my mom my Kanger starter kit that I was just talking about, and God knows what happened to it, but it didn't stick. So I don't think anything like that is going to work. Yeah, Jared, I've heard Jared says the Jewel is his favorite. I've heard really great things about it, and then there's another one. Of course, I'm not going to remember the name now. Shit, it's like a tiny box with a drip tip on it. Fuck, what is it called? It's like the Me something, M-I, oh man. I can't remember at all what it's called. I hit one. My buddy had one down at the vape shop. I hit that and it was awesome. But same kind of principle. It's almost like the not the MyJet, the E-Leaf Mini. It's like a cartridge that fits into a base that almost looks like. Oh God, I'm doing a terrible job with these names. Hey, Antonis, what's going on, buddy? There's some really great mouth to lung systems out. Is the point of what I'm trying to ramble about. And I think all in all, they're a great way for smokers to transition to vaping. I mean, shit, I've been off cigarettes 2 years and I love these damn things. I love them. I probably hit this more throughout the day than I do my other mods, just because of that's it, the Me 1. Thank you, Slaughter. Yeah, the iCare Mini, that's it, Miles. You guys are on top of it. That's why I love you. That's why you're the best subscribers. You guys are on top of shit. Way to go. Way to go, Watsons. Way to go. Oh no, this one's dying. I'll pop out these pods here. Slaughter, I don't know what that is, bud. Hey, Douglas, thanks so much, man. Have a great night if you're still on. I just saw this. Hey, Country just hit, everybody, Country just hit 4 months of being smoke-free. So I'll give a virtual clap and high five to Country Livin'. And his birthday's coming up soon, so wish him a happy birthday. Definitely go check out his channel, guys. You'll really enjoy his stuff, I think. I do. I really enjoy his stuff. No bullshit kind of, he's just a good reviewer. Alright, let's see here. Good question, Captain. I love your name, first of all. I did get into DIY juice in the beginning. I was doing the coil. I just started my coil business, and I was like, I'm going to start a juice company. So I'm going to have to learn how to mix juice. And I did it for about a month, and everything I made was absolute garbage, except for this one clone recipe. It wasn't a clone. I just I tried to make a juice by Cold Fusion called Galil, and it's a hazelnut kind of custardy thing, but like heavy hazelnut. It's my favorite juice, or definitely one of my top 5. And the juice that I made was very, very similar, and I was really pumped about that. And I never got around to reordering the juice concentrates, the flavor concentrates, to do it. So that, it just, like, I just kind of stopped. The coils, I got busier with coils and life, and I just never got into it. But moral of the story is I would like to get back into it. So I need to watch some of Big Country's stuff and Gentleman's E-Liquid. I'm going to have to learn and go from there. Country, if you don't mind at some point, man, I'm going to have you teach me how you do those the Zoom shows. Right now I use OBS to be able to do this. I don't know how to work. Like, I'd love to, like, right now, you're probably working, but if you weren't, like, I'd like to just be able to send you a link and hop on, and I'd love to, like, send my subscribers links and have them come on. Like, I think that'd be awesome, but I don't know how to work that Zoom stuff. That's actually going to, that's going to be one of my Patreon rewards, and one of the tiers is, you guys get to come on the live show, like my live streams with me. Some of the rewards I'm offering on Patreon are one-on-one build lessons, one-on-one like video chat lessons, exclusive access to live streams, to Patreon only live streams. There's Patreon only like exclusive content. You get early access to stuff I'm doing. Monthly coils for some tiers. I'll send you coils monthly, new coils, all kinds of stuff. You're all Watson. That's right, you are. Yeah, I've heard incredible things about Adore concentrates. I've heard Dawn makes some phenomenal concentrates. Her banana bondage is ballin'. Ballin'. I need to order some, actually. Let me go over. Don't mind me, guys. I'm gonna order some of Dawn's liquid. Country, have you tried any of Dawn's juice yet? Adore e-liquid? The stuff is phenomenal. There we go. Nope. Alright, I'm struggling, guys. Struggling. I got way too much going on in front of me. Alright. Yes, exactly right, Slaughter. The Ego and the Mi One use the same ones. I've seen that. All right, yeah, definitely, Country. I'm actually going to wrap this up. Not right now, but pretty soon. There you are, banana bondage. Oh, concentrate only. Wait, so all right, so if anybody maybe tell me if I ordered the banana bondage concentrate, is that like the flavor? All I'd have to do is add nicotine and VG and I'd have that juice, or how does that work? Hazy custard. That's a hazelnut custard, right? Oh my god. Her prices are incredible. $13 for a 30 mil, 120 mil for 30, 35 or $36. That's a great price. Yeah, banana bondage is awesome. What's up, Jay Conqueror? Thanks for joining us. Yeah, I heard blueberry something's absolutely awesome as well. So would it be cheaper to buy the concentrate and then add VG and Nick? Like what's like why I don't understand why you would not just buy the actual juice itself rather than buying the concentrate. And I mean obviously if you wanted to mix it with something else, but Mike, what RDA or what setup are you talking about? Flavor Boss. 1,000 mils for $25. Is that correct, Conqueror? Oh, okay. Huh, no shit. Yeah, I'd like to get back into mixing. I don't know. I don't know if I have the time for it. See, alright, here's the thing with buying any kind of system that has a different battery than the 1850 is, then you've got to go buy a whole bunch of different batteries, which that prospect I don't like. You know, that's just more money, more expense, more batteries. I don't know. I don't know if I would be into anything with a different size battery than the 18650. Who does clones, Conquer? That's another thing. Somebody just brought up the point of like having to wait for it to steep. Like I would love playing Mad Scientist, but as far as having to wait for it to ripen and steep, I don't know if I'd be able to. I just don't really have the patience to do so. I want to like vape it now. I know there are some pretty decent shake and vape kind of recipes, but I know like a lot of the creamy kind of custardy, those kind of flavors take a little while to develop and to kick in. So I definitely would not have the patience, and that's what I like to vape are desserty, creamy, custardy kind of flavors. Vape heads, what's up, buddy? You're back. Yeah, they should sell pre-steep juice. That would be pretty great. I always ask, like when I'm at the local B&Ms, I like to ask how long the juice has been sitting on the shelf, and hopefully it's been sitting for a while, because then you know it's pre-steeped, which is nice. Oh, that's awesome. Yusuf says that in Egypt they have something called base, which is your PGVG mix, and you just add the concentrate to it. That's a cool. That's something I would like to look into to see if they have that because that would be really cool. That would make the whole prospect of mixing a lot easier, especially for people who are just getting into it. That'd be a great way to introduce people into mixing. Yeah, anything custard needs to steep for sure. Country, I saw that you ordered a ton of different concentrates and stuff that you needed to get mixing. Was that a pricey order or was that a reasonable purchase? See, yeah, I think that'd be great for people. I already have EGMPG. I need new nicotine. Mine's pretty old now. It's like a year and a half old. I've used it for when I've bought or been given zero nick juice. I would add nick and let it sit, and there we go. But it's been sitting for quite a while now, so I'm due for a new bottle of nick. Nice. Yeah, I love that strawberry kettle corn, man. That stuff is delicious. I'm pretty sure I just got juice in my eye, and that does not feel good. That is burning. Yeah, country, that looked like a lot of concentrate. So I'd imagine, a little bit of concentrate goes a long way in most circumstances. So I'd imagine that's going to last you quite a while. Country, do you have just like bottles of mixed juice like sitting everywhere steeping? Maybe. All right. So I've heard that steeping at a, like, if you put your bottles in a crock pot with about an inch of water on like a really low setting for a few hours really helps bring the flavors together a lot faster. Is that true? Like adding heat to the mix? Because anytime I'd add nicotine to a zero nic juice, I would fill up a cup or a bowl or something with like really, really hot, like almost boiling water, and let it sit so everything thinned out and mixed well together. I don't know if that was a pointless endeavor or if that has some validity to it. Yeah, I definitely got juice in my eye. Nice. Country, how is that Turkish blend? You were talking about that in your video. I missed the flavor profile, but I felt like it was. I heard parts of it, and it was something that I really would like. See, I could get down with that. Letting it sit for a few hours, that's manageable. That I could do. If that bringed out custardy flavors, I'd be all about that. I'm a pretty decent cook. Like I can cook really well. Um, so flavors are something that I'm fairly proficient with. I've always been good at like what flavors go well together. So I think that would tremendously help if I got back into mixing. But maybe you know what, country? I think I'm gonna do it, man. I think I'm gonna do it. As long as I have guidance from you and other people in the community, I could definitely get into it. I have a few flavors sitting up there, but I don't know if it's anything worth. It's intimidating. I see these guys like Fresh and all these other guys that go on his show that do mixing, and they have a million different flavors, and it seems like every recipe they do, it takes 5 to 6 different concentrates, and that's just one recipe. So I'd need to buy 5,000 different flavors to be able to do different recipes. I know that's probably not the case in every circumstance, but it certainly seems like it. Hey, take it easy, Chaos. Thanks so much for joining. It seems like the majority of recipes take a lot of different concentrates, and if I wanted to do anything besides really, really basic recipes, that I would need to buy a whole bunch of flavors. Yeah, Miles, you know what? I've messaged Fresh and I've dropped comments on his shows saying, you know, I'm available most Friday nights if he ever needed a guest or anything. He's never gotten back to me, so I don't know. I think Heathen. I'm hoping that Heathen and I can get together and do some kind of show. Um, I don't know. I'm hoping that when he goes into production with his RDA, I'm I'm hoping that I will be able to review that at some point pre-production, and I'd love to get together with him and do something. Yeah, I'd love to think that, buddy, but I don't think that's the case because like I know Eddie Tooney and like Yeti and a bunch of those guys and Heathen and stuff, and you know I've been acknowledged in chat and things like that, so I'm fairly positive that he knows who I am. So I think it was just kind of a snub thing, but you know it's all right. I'm not you know if he wants to have me, I'd love to go on, but if not, that's okay too. Yeah, a lot of those sweeteners, depending on how they're used, how much, like the quantity of sweetener in the juice can really destroy some coils. But I feel as though, now obviously the mixing isn't my area of expertise, but I feel as though there are some sweeteners that do not destroy your coils as much as others do because the Hometown Hero juice line, some of those juices are really, really, really sweet in a great way, but they do not gunk your coils up. I put 240 some, like almost 300 mils of juice through a single pair of coils without cleaning and rewicking them, and they were nearly pristine for the amount of juice that I ran through them. So whatever sweetener that they are using is like incredible to your coils. I did a whole video on it actually. DIY or Die's channel is very impressive as far as his video quality. That guy really he does his. I appreciate the quality of his video. I don't watch it a lot because obviously I don't mix, but I like to watch a bunch of different YouTubers like vape YouTubers just to kind of show my support. What's going on, Tyler? Oh, okay. See, Conqueror, I had no idea that that existed. Um, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that, but yeah. So there you go, guys. Anybody who mixes, Conqueror just said there's one type of sweetener that's better than others. I don't know if that's true, but I'm going to assume it is. Yeah, country. You know what? Like as it never really bothers me either. To be honest with you, I swap out coils so often that it doesn't even matter to me. But it I could see it becoming an issue for people who run sub ohm tanks with pre-manufactured coil heads. That's where I could see it becoming an issue because then you're gonna have to replace your heads like every few days. Hey, Carrie M, what's going on? I'm gonna look up what's the best site, guys, for concentrates. Yeah, the more I watch you guys and the more I think about it, the more I want to get into it. So I'm gonna definitely have to talk to you guys about, what the essentials are to get started with mixing. So we'll see. I don't think even if I get into it, I fairly confident that I would not start a DIY liquid segment on here. I've got other directions that I'd like to take, and that is just too much, I think. But with that, I think I'm going to wrap up the show. I definitely really tremendously appreciate the super chat donations. I can't tell you how much they help. It's stuff like that that keeps this channel going. So thank you so much to everybody who donated. Thank you everybody for just coming in, stopping by, watching the replay, being the best subscribers, the best viewers, the best damn community on any vape channel ever. I want to keep growing this community and just have it a place where people can come and not be judged for knowing or not knowing, be able to ask questions without feeling stupid. I just want it to be a place where everybody can come and help each other, inspire each other, things like that. So if you know of anybody who's struggling or wanting to build or just needs questions asked in a place where they're not going to get bullied or made fun of, send them over. I want to just say thank you again to everybody for all the comments and likes and everything. You guys are absolutely awesome. Thanks for contributing and just being the best in general. You're awesome. High five. Definitely make sure you go check out Country Livin's channel. There's his link. Check out Gentleman's E-Juice. I haven't checked out his channel yet, but I will. I'm going to try to post a link right now. Come on, YouTube. What are we doing here? All right. Here is Gentleman's e-liquid. What's going on, Nathaniel? Thanks for coming in. Better late than never, my friend. Better late than never. USP glycerin instead of buying VG. I've never even heard of that, man. Yeah, but thank you so much, guys. You're the best. Don't forget, check out the website if you're interested in any coils. The Patreon page would be an absolute tremendous help. If not, that's awesome too. Just keep coming, keep watching, keep contributing in the comments and stuff. Yeah, hope you guys have a great weekend. I will see you guys next week. I might do just like a bullshit hangout if I go camping and just kind of bring you guys along for that. I don't know. We'll see. But if I don't, great, Yusuf. Thanks. I'm glad you enjoyed it. But if I don't see you guys, you're welcome. You're welcome, Andy. Thank you for being here. I wouldn't be able to do it without you guys. Good night, Carrie. Thank you guys so much. You're all the best. Thanks for everybody who watched the replay, and if you made it to the end, I'm wildly impressed because it's like 2 and some minutes hours. 2 and some minutes out. Wow. Yep, it's time to go. All right. Thank you all for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.